Hello out there everybody, welcome back to another AOG lifestyle video. If you've never been to our channel, we make videos all about Jesus, and today's video is no different. We're going to be talking about two verses that help me in everyday life. And the reason I want to go over these verses with you guys is because I want these verses to help you as much as they help me. And you know what? If you have any verses that help you, just leave them in the comment section below or email us. We're going to leave that in the description. You can contact us on social media. If you like to use social media a lot, just do it that way. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video and talk about those two verses. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive into the very first verse that I have for you today that helps me in everyday life. So that verse is going to be in 1 Peter chapter 5, and we're going to be reading verses 6 and 7 because they kind of go together, but the overall idea is in verse 7. So let's go ahead and read those so you know what I'm talking about. So verse 6 says, "Humble yourself, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time." Verse 7, it says that casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Now, the first one says that you have to humble yourself under the mighty hand of God because you have to understand that God is going to guide you through this life and that you cannot allow him to do that if you don't humble yourself before him. And when you humble yourself before him, that means that you come to an understanding that your own understanding is not good enough, that you're never going to be able to accomplish everything that God has planned for you if you don't trust in him and have faith in him. And without humbling yourself before him, these things just can't be accomplished, and especially casting all your care upon him is not going to be accomplished because you, without humbling yourself, you have come to a conclusion that you can do it on your own. And as I've said many a times before in many other videos, doing it on your own is never going to turn out the way you want it to. So what I encourage you to do is remember this verse, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. And the reason this helps me in everyday life is because whenever I feel myself begin to worry about something, I have to remember that I can cast all my cares on God because he's going to take care of me because he cares for me. Alright, so the second verse I have for you today is in James chapter 4 and verse 7. But before we go over this verse, I have a question for you. And I already know the answer because I know I have this. And that is, how many of you know that the devil is going to tempt you every single day because he wants to get in between what God has for you and your relationship with God? And the reason I ask this question is because verse 4, or chapter 4 and verse 7 helps me with this. And verse 7 says, "Submit yourself therefore to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you." So no matter what sin you're dealing with out there, whether it's addiction, whether it's just impulses, things that you've done since you can remember that you just can't seem to quit, remember that the devil puts temptations in front of you all the time, and that God says if you submit yourself therefore to God and resist the devil, he's going to flee from you. So those sins that you're struggling with so hard, remember that those sins and those temptations is something that the devil puts before you because he likes to put a wedge in between your relationship with God. Now notice that I said it's your relationship with God and not your salvation. Because if you're saved, as I've mentioned in many other videos, that the devil can't take those from you. But he can put these temptations in front of you to throw your relationship off with God. So if you want to get rid of these sins and get closer to God, know that if you resist the devil, he's going to flee. Alright, so that's all I have for you today, and I hope that you know now that next time you worry, that God wants you to cast those worries on him. I hope that you know now, next time you have temptation in front of you, and next time that you feel the impulse to sin or understand that you're in sin, to resist the devil and he's going to flee from you. I hope that these verses help you every single day as much as they help me, because this channel is, if nothing else, to help people and to help connect people even deeper with God, or to help connect people with God, period. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, just, leave a comment, like, subscribe, share our channel just so that more people can hear it and that we're helping more people. And as always, keep on the full armor of God. And I hope you have a blessed day.